Minister, fact, 25% increase in domestic violence since the start of COVID-19 from the Garda figures. Fact, 39% is the figures from the National Helpline in Safe Ireland. Safe Ireland have said that the Department of Justice, the Gardaí, were phenomenal during the COVID crisis, and I commend them for that. They are now dealing with an onslaught of women and families emerging out of their homes seeking help. At a time when we had the COVID and we had less traffic on the road, there was restrictions in place, the Gardaí, with the services that they had, were able to put a lot of their services in to helping these families. Now we have a case where the country is opening up again, and we'll have a lot of families that are emerging out looking for help. And the Garda resources are far from the requirement that are needed. Even down to the vehicles that are needed in each area, they're far down from requirement. So I'll be asking the Minister that we look at this and invest in our Garda force and the equipment that they need to make sure that they can help do these services. Many questions. My question is, does the Minister have a follow-up plan on a sustainable package to support required for a safe Ireland domestic violence service across the country? They want this government to build a positive response showing during lockdown, and importantly to ensure the services can be guaranteed going forward. They want a frontline informed recovery plan which can be implemented to meet enormous demands on them post the COVID crisis. They want to ensure that women and children fleeing violence after months of lockdown will not be forced to return to their unsafe homes. And this has been brought up earlier, Minister. Have we got the facilities across the country to help these people that they will not have to return to their homes? They are my two questions.
Two issues addressed by the Deputy. Firstly, in relation to Garda resources, again, I want to acknowledge the tremendous work on the part of the Garda Síochána during the course of the emergency, which, as the Deputy acknowledges, has been lauded by many of the non-governmental organisations and indeed by the population generally. I want to say, as Minister for Justice, that I've been pleased to preside over a situation where we've managed to invest record resources in Garda Síochána to the tune of €1.8 billion. He specifically mentions Garda vehicles. Reference was made to the hiring by the Garda Síochána of in excess of 200 vehicles. Can I inform the House that most, if not all of those, will be purchased by the Gardaí and will be available, alongside the 300 new vehicles purchased last year and the 200 new vehicles that will be purchased this year. That's in excess of 700 new vehicles over a period of a little more than a year, which is quite substantial, but we'll keep matters under review. I want to acknowledge the work of Safe Ireland. I want to acknowledge the work of all of the agencies. And yes, as I've said previously, the measures adopted by my department and all of the agencies will continue to be the subject matter of development in the form of an interagency plan. I'd be happy to report further to the Deputy as this develops.